Yo, what's going on? It's your man Siril Beil. I am here back with a brand new interview series, State of Mind. This is where I sit down with creators, entrepreneurs, designers, and just the mindset of the people who create and all these amazing things and what goes into creating. So, got my first guest with me, my man Nate Quest. What's up, baby?
How you doing, man?
Yeah.
I'm glad you could have me, man.
Man, you don't even know. First guest of the new show, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's legendary. You know what I'm saying? When I look back, I can say I was the first one on that mug.
Yo,
you know
history. Now, it's crazy because you're the first guest on the new show. And I remember when I had the Siril Beil show, I wanted you guys on as pal. And, man, y'all was moving around so much, couldn't even make it happen.
Yeah, it was just a crazy busy time at the time. You know what I'm saying?
You guys were working, man.
Yeah.
Y'all been working for a long time, but in that moment when I hit y'all, I don't know what project y'all had just dropped, but y'all was hot.
Yeah, I think it was like around the Eden project too, or was it? It might have been right around that time.
It was before.
Yeah,
it was before. It was way before. But you guys were like slammed because we tried to make something happen, and it just would not work.
Yeah,
but we here now. We here now, man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Man, just dropped one of my favorite projects for all time, the Insignia tape, and it took a lot of different, avenues and trying new things. You know what I'm saying? Like originally, the tape was going to be mixed. I was gonna go to one of my favorite engineers in town. His name is Inkwell 2 Words, and he had done all the other projects. But I always kind of wondered what would happen if I kind of took matters in my own hands and started mixing and engineering my own project. Like, would it sound different? Would I be able to save more time? Would I be able to get more records out?
Save a little money.
Yeah, save a little money. I should have threw that in there first. Save some money and just really pump more of that into the marketing and be able to do stuff more for the fans, like do giveaways. The money that I didn't spend on, engineering, now I can do like, yo, I want to make a custom pair of shoes and give it back to the people that are supporting me. I want to do hat giveaways. You know what I'm saying? It gave me the ability to do more things. And I got a lot of help because actually I went through like 16 mixes of each record and it was not coming out good. I would do mix after mix.
That's the process of doing it yourself.
Yeah, and then I hit up one of my good friends, Leisure.
Okay, shout out Leisure.
Yeah, Leisure's Leisure the GOAT. I know you watching this. You the GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
I'm watching what he's doing and how he's working. And we'd actually met up after one of Do-Rag Dev's events.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, Leisure, I need some help, man. Like, you mind if I play you some cuts in the car? Because he mixes, not only does Leisure mix his own music, he does his own graphic designing. He shoots videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, just like one of the craziest people in the city when it comes to like his output and what he's capable of. So I hit him up. I was like, yo, I just need a little help. And right after that, the next day, I went out to his place. We started working on mixing the project and 4 songs for before the project. So he was like, I got you covered. And he taught me how to mix the entire record, the entire album. And now everything is being mixed just by me, primarily. You know what I'm saying? And Nick does his mixing as well now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So listen, kids out there, there's no excuses. If you ain't got the means or the money to get something done by somebody else,
do it your damn self.
Learn how to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Bro,
don't wait on nobody.
That's the main thing that a lot of artists say is that they can create, they can record, they don't have nobody to mix.
Yeah.
Which I understand, mixing could be a tedious thing.
Oh, bro, it's crazy. It's one of those things that really.
But you put the time in, though.
Yeah, man. All it took, and that's one of those things that's like, I forgot who it was, but they said if you're a business, one thing you want to do is lower your overhead, right? Why give out all this money when you could say, if I learn this myself, I'm empowering myself. You know what I'm saying? So the tape came out. To me, it's personally one of my favorite projects I've ever done, just because it's so, it's just true to who I am.
You had your hands on it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's a difference, I think, as an artist, from creating something and then shipping it out and have everybody else package it up and make it nice.
Look nice. You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like a little part of an artist leaves.
It does.
With that, because like, okay, I made the raps, I made the hooks, but somebody else came and cleaned it up and they polished it. And but since you got to be hands-on with that, you have a different type of love and appreciation for it.
Yeah, even I started to even love the imperfections of the tape because that's how real it was. Like, you can hear low-key on Daily Concerns. On that record, you could hear my dog's chain in the background, and you could kind of hear him bark. Wow. It's in the background of the record. And to me, that's something I'll like listen to the record now, and I'll be like, it was just that time. It wasn't recorded in some big studio. It was recorded in the apartment, or it was recorded at the homie Leisure's house. Yeah. And something about that just feels really important and really real. You know what I'm saying?
My brother, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah,
I want to
what's
start
up?
this interview off with this line. I'm going to say the line,
Yeah.
and I want you to give me your honest take.
Yeah.
I don't know which one is worse, the love or the hate. The hate is always real, but the love might be fake.
Yeah, I stand by that wholeheartedly. And to me, that's actually one of my favorite lines in the entire tape, because I would rather people be very upfront with their intentions and me know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been the one to be like, oh, I don't really rock with dude. But, you know, it's like, yo, if I got love for you, then I'ma convey that, and that love is real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I call you my brother, I treat you as my equal. Another reference from another joint. So it's like, I've noticed, I think this is everywhere. I'm not gonna say it's indigenous to Vegas, but people, oh yeah, that's my dog. I got love for him. But on the low, this nigga, nah. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and fake shit.
Yeah, and it's something you feel everywhere. We all got things that we may not agree with, even our friends do, you know what I'm saying? We all have those things, but at the end of the day, that's still my partner. You know what I'm saying? I think of it as like 2K arguments. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may be beefing, we may disagree on a subject, but that doesn't mean you're not my dog. Exactly. That just means we view things differently. And I'm not gonna run off and tell people that I don't rock with you because of these disagreements. It's just two people with different ideologies hashing it out. You know what I'm saying? And I believe I've gotten a lot of real love, which is incredible. But sometimes it's hard to decipher the two when all you get is smiles, and then you hear things through the grapevine, and it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was what that record came from.
I got you. Because I heard that line, and it's so powerful, man. It's so powerful. And even on Daily Concerns, you say you had to cut some people off, and I feel like that's a underlining subject matter of the album, where you talk about losing people and having to let go, and even you speak about your mother telling you, like, listen, these are some things that you're gonna have to do.
Yes.
So how was that for you as a man, as an artist, as a creator, to where you have to separate yourself?
It was all, to me, it's all about energy, right? So the primary thing I think about all the time is, where do you spend your energy, right? Do you spend your energy with people that are pumping life into what you believe in, that you guys vibe, you guys know where everything is going, you just have the same goals, the same ambitions, right? And sometimes when you grow up with people, you may be so focused on one thing and you want to keep that going, but some of your friends may be concerned with turning up, drinking, partying. And there's nothing wrong with those things, because we all need to relax, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
but
for sure.
Some people make that their entire life.
Yes.
Is the problem.
Yeah.
And with me and Nick, the cool thing is, I always feel like our lives are always happening at the same time, the same way. We're dealing with the same, it's just my brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, it's like, I know who I need to keep around my circle, because we move the same way. We feel the same way. We happen to think the same way. You know what I'm saying? And even us, there's gonna be things we don't agree on 100%, but that's my brother, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, you know, when you have to cut off people, it's more about protecting your energy. You can't put energy into people that are draining it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like coming from Power Mindset, and doing all the shows, being around so many people, and I've never heard anything bad about you. Never. Every time I've seen you, it's always been love. Yeah. Crazy love. Yeah. And to hear that on the album where you say, you know, this fake love and the separation of things, how does that affect you as a person? Not a creator, but as a person, because sometimes you sit and think, you say, I've never done anything wrong to anybody. Why is this happening? Why am I getting these looks from these people? Why are they acting this type of way towards me? Yeah. So how does that affect you as a man?
Because it affects you a lot. Like, I'll be honest, bro, a lot of the underlining things in the tape are about depression as well. Alcoholism, things like that, right? And it affects you a lot. It's to the point where you feel your spirit drifting. You know what I'm saying? You feel yourself going like, yo, I really do wish good upon people, right? But I get this from over here. Not even on a music level, it just as a man, like, just like, why don't you, like, bro, you see me out on the time. If you have these issues with me, speak on it. You know what I mean? Like, or else it's not really an issue.
People don't do that anymore, though.
They don't.
People don't come to folks man to man and be like, yo, bro, you know, you did XYZ last week.
I wasn't rapping that.
What's up with it?
Yeah, and then that gives you the opportunity to go, hey, bro, I didn't mean it like that. This is why I didn't know it offended you like that. That's some homie shit. Like, honestly, bro, I didn't mean nothing by it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you can move forward, or you guys can throw hands.
Simple. Don't like throw hands no more.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's either one or the other. And if it's not that, then it's this. Then we move forward. You know what I'm saying?
Because growing up, that's how we handle things.
Exactly.
Like, you got a problem with me? Let's go ahead and scrap it out.
Yeah, either we scrap it out or we talk it out, and after that, we're good. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any issues with
we keep a relationship, or we ain't got to talk it out.
Or we ain't got to talk it out.
Yeah, I whipped your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. And that's the thing is, those days are gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think Twitter, I think so many things have ruined the art of conversation and the art of interaction, where people are so like addicted to what's their phones and
what's
that interaction. And that interaction, the boldness behind their typing, the actual discussions have started to feel so awkward.
Yeah.
Where they don't know how to embrace confrontation, or not even confrontation. Let's say disagreements.
Yes.
Disagreements get blown out of proportion, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, for sure. Yo, I just had to talk with my boy Sean about that. We're talking about in terms of, we were speaking about women, but you know, you talk to a woman and y'all get into a disagreement, and she's bold over the text messaging. I'm so mad at you, blah, 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 don't talk to me. And you're like, yo, let's talk in person. And when she gets there, she's like, I just feel like, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, where was that?
Where was Tupac? You know what I'm saying? You was Tupac 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I heard hit him up 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, and I think it's the same thing with Twitter, because you have a lot of people who don't go outside. Yeah. And they don't have to ever see you. They don't think they're gonna run into you at a Target or at, you know what I'm saying, somewhere. So they say whatever the fuck they want, thinking that there's no consequences.
Look, you have freedom of speech, right? But that doesn't mean what you say doesn't come with repercussions.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could say what you want to, but just know that there's a reaction for what you say. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just a different time, man. It's such a different time that even our parents and the people around it, like, you know, other generations may not understand what we endure on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's crazy, man.
So, you know, we talk about the fake love and everything that went into that and those thoughts and how it affects you. Do you talk about alcoholism and drinking a lot on the record? Yeah. And you said you were getting drunk after every show. Yeah. Do you think during that time or around that area that was clouding your judgment of people?
Honestly, I feel like it does. I feel like it can. And I think in a different, and I mean it like this, and I think in a different way. When you're drinking, everything's good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you're drinking, when you drunk all the time, I may not recognize the bad vibes I'm getting from this person, or the little slick shit they may say, like the sneak dissing. I might just let it roll. But the minute you kind of aren't drinking as much, and you're kind of like aware, like, yo, like, I notice there's always these subtle comments. I notice when I'm around when I'm with this person one-on-one, it's cool. And then when they get around these people, they're a completely different person. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of a sudden, this person talks this way, moves this way, acts this way. You know what I mean? And when you're not drinking all the time around these people, you can see those things and you can feel those things more. I've always been a very sensitive person. And there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always felt things. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to, that's what I think what makes us be able to do what we do is because we feel music. Yes. We feel visuals. Emotions. Yeah, exactly. Like, we're tapped into those type of, like, frequencies, you know what I'm saying, of feeling things. Alcohol and all these things numb you. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times where you don't want, it's you know what I'm saying, it's a depressant. It actually shuts off a part of the brain that enables you to feel sometimes, right? So it's just a crazy thing once you realize what you're around. It's like someone takes like like you put new lenses on, the 2020 shit. Like someone put new lenses on, like,
oh shit, that's what I've been looking at this.
Yeah, my girl used to tell me, bro, she'd be like, protect your energy. You know what I'm saying? At all costs, bro.
All costs, all times.
You know? Trip.
Brother, who hates on Nate Quest?
You know, I don't know if it's so much as
I don't do anything to nobody.
Here's the thing is, if someone, I don't want to give them like, oh, Nate said that, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather talk to that person in person, you know what I'm saying?
Them no
but there are people that really do not wish the best for me. They want to see you do good, but never better than them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I feel like me, Nick, and a lot of people in the city have had to deal with. Is
for sure.
And for sure. Like, it's like, do you really want to see that person prosper? Lift them up. Bro, I'm be honest, somebody posts something that I mess with, I'm in that thing with 100 emojis and letting them know,
Yeah.
and I'm hitting them up on the side like, I like this for this reason,
Exactly.
or the reason that this is dope is because of this. I saw the inspiration you took from this. Like,
Yeah.
I love good work. I love people pushing the envelope and striving to make the city more than it is right now.
Exactly.
So I have no hate for the man that gets to that next level. You know what I'm saying? And I think if I am producing great work, which I believe I am, which I know I am, if I'm putting in the work to make product that is crazy, if Leisure is making an album cover that is one of the craziest album covers in the city that is ill, you know what I'm saying? Then these people deserve their recognition.
Right.
These people need to be held at a certain height. And we'll talk about what I'm going to talk about later.
Okay, we can do that.
I just feel like, where's the celebration of Vegas?
Yeah.
Where's the celebration? Have we become what this is just the way things are? Mm-hmm. And are we striving for something bigger and something better each time? Or is it just like, this is how the city is and we're okay with the fake love? We're okay with...
We can't be.
Yeah,
we can't be, man, because all the things that go on in this city, we have to work for. Yeah. Nothing is given to anybody in this city. I don't care who you are.
Yep.
Nothing, whether you have an event here at 11th Street Records, you have something at Feature, if you have something at House of Blues, Brooklyn Bowl. None of those executives or people in charge are just saying, yeah, you got it.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
No, it always comes with the, well, I'll let you do this, but.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we bring our people in, and it's like, we opening up the doors and keep it going, but there's a lot of work that goes into the shit we do, and I feel like as a culture, as a city, if we grabbed a hold of each other, and I've said this before, if we really grabbed a hold of each other and said, yo, I got you, you got me, we could take over.
Yes.
We could really do some powerful
100%.
shit.
100%.
We could really do it.
Yeah.
We could really do it. So, another question I want to ask you, though, because you talk about celebrating.
Yeah.
With this album, I've seen you work.
Yeah.
But with this album, I see you work.
Yeah.
The photos are coming out consistently, the posts, the giveaways, all that stuff. Besides you really loving this project, what is fueling you to work so damn hard right now? In the middle of a global pandemic.
And that's part of it too, is that belief that it's possible. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Something when we're kicking in the studio and we're working on these records. The reason it was harder to get tracks out before was the process. I was still I was calibrating. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us we're trying to figure out, how can I get out tracks at a quicker rate, which was difficult. It took up a large portion of time. I couldn't, I'd have to spend the money here, then maybe wait a week to hear back if the record's done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things like that, you know what I mean? But then once you're able to, I recorded it, put it out. I got 35 unreleased tracks right now. Fully done, you know what I'm saying?
Like, caught up in this month,
hey man, I might have to play a little something. But that's the thing, is being able to speed up the output. Mm-hmm. We were just trying to figure out how to make that happen. And now that we figured out the formula, we can put out music and do more at a quicker rate. You know what I'm saying? Which has always been the dream, is to put out more. Because the main thing I used to hear about the tape and about our music was, it's good, but I need you to be consistent. I want music all the time. Right. And I was like, I'm trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, now it's like, I can do that.
And at the same time, you don't want to water it down. Where
you don't.
Like, people just, we have enough music from y'all. Y'all keep dropping shit. We always, you know what I'm saying? So, what's the difference between being a solo artist versus being in POW?
It's crazy because I'm still a POW artist. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah. We still are always working on music. We actually have an album that's almost ready to go for 2021.
I feel like you guys always have an album.
Yeah, bro, we always got something in the vault.
Every time I see y'all, man, y'all got something in the vault.
But I think the difference is, it's like, you just get to tap into different parts of you. Me and Nick, we have stories that align and walk on a certain path, but we also have these individual stories that happened in our life that maybe Nick might not be able to relate to. Yeah. And vice versa. There might be stories from Nick's life that I just may not understand sometimes, or be able to really, not understand, but really to give it that push of like
him just becoming a father and different
things like
his story right now might be a little
different than the battles that I'm facing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what makes these tapes and these things that we're doing so special, because now we're able to tell our individual story, our group as friends, and the life that we've done, and his individual story. Yeah. So now you're getting 3 times the amount of work than you would get before because it's like a newer divide and conquer tactic.
Yeah, and it's on the album.
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? There will never be, I'm telling you right now, you could read this. There will never be an album where Nick is not part of that album. I put that on everything I love. Nick is always going to be, even if it's just being in the studio, the mixing sessions, that is my dog. I want him a part of everything I do, man. Real talk. That's my guy.
You want to talk about Fade?
Yes. Yeah, let's talk about that record.
I used to run from the pain. Let's talk about it.
So a lot of people don't know, when I was 17 years old, my dad passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
Getting deep.
Same.
Deep,
I'm the same.
You know what I'm saying? And we were talking about this earlier. As black men, when you have a father figure that shows you how to be a man and is there, and then you lose him, it's a crazy different type of.
Tough.
It's a different type of.
Especially at that age.
At that age, 17, right?
Man.
I lost my dad 2 days on December 27th, on December 22nd, right? December 25th is Christmas. December 27th is my birthday, right?
Wow.
So just 3 days of, you know what I'm saying, of just like, yo, like, it changed the whole way I view life. It changed the whole way I view people. I was like, and that's another thing. People I thought would be there for me during that time were not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people I'm cool with now, like Nick, my homie Terrell, Mikey, you know what I'm saying? They were there. They were like, yo, I got you.
Yeah.
And that's why our relationship is so strong, and that's why it's like, that's my family. You know what I mean? But to be dealing with that, and, you know, I was finding different ways to cope with it. I was finding different ways. You feel isolated, you know what I'm saying? Because another thing of being a musician, you feel kind of weird because you always in the house making records, and you see your friends out
and
partying.
You live in here. You live in here a lot.
You're always thinking, and it just was a crazy thing that I tried to find different ways to deal with that for years. You know what I'm saying? For years, bro. And I feel like I finally came to the point once I met my lady where I feel like I don't need all that.
Yeah.
Even though I still, you know, every once in a while, I'll still smoke, I'll still drink every once in a while, but it's different.
You're no longer running or hiding or trying to mask anything anymore.
Yeah, I feel like when you're younger and people tell you you're an emotional person, you take it some type of way.
Yeah.
Once I realized that that's my superpower, is the ability to feel emotion, that's what I feel like it unlocks something with this tape. Because when in a world where everybody is so numb and not wanting to feel, my superpower is the ability to feel.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I get you. I'm with you.
And that's why the album cover itself, it's actually a combination of multiple things. Not to go too deep, but my dad passed away from sickle cell anemia, right? One of the side effects of that is that your eyes turn a yellowish hue, right? The eyes in the cover are yellow, right? If you look, one of the biggest things is the striped shirt, right? The striped shirt is reminiscence of like a Freddy, right? It's talking about me facing my fears in this album, right? Like, that's what Freddy was. It was a nightmare. It was your fear. So it's like me facing my fears head on, right? One of my favorite comic books is like Green Lantern and stuff like that. My dad gave me a ring before he passed away. So there's this ring that is like my ring of power type shit. The whole thing is actually kind of like superhero based and derives from all the things I encountered growing up.
This is dope.
So I took my time with this, and that's why I get so angry and get so passionate about feeling like the artist that put this much work in and thought that type of stuff out should be in the forefront.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't just put this together. This is cognitive. This is hours of mixing. This is hours of coming up with concepts for songs, writing, taking songs off the album, putting songs back on. You know what I'm saying? Calling homies, what you think it is? Bro, this part. Should I change that? Like, doing different things. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just...
You really went in, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I
I care about this shit, bro. Like, I really care about this shit. You know what I mean?
Jeez. How does it feel as a black man during the times like this? Because you put the album out during the pandemic.
Yeah.
During the
race
protest.
War.
The global race pandemic.
Yeah.
What did it feel like to put this piece of art out? Because you're extremely vulnerable on the album, and you go from talking about the drinking to cutting off bad energy to also get into a happy state of being able
Yeah.
to live without certain things and to move forward. And then you have all this other shit going on in the world.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you as an artist and as a black man?
You know what's crazy is it was such a mix, and I'm glad you asked that, bro, because it was such a mix of emotions. Because first, I almost pushed the whole entire tape back so far, bro, because I did actually it changed one day, and I was like, there's so much more important things than this, right? Like, it's an album. Like, in a musician's head, people don't realize music literally is everything to us. It's all we think about. I'll be eating, bro, and I'll be thinking about lines. I'll be doing, and then it's like something hits you, and you wake up, it's like, at some level, it's like, this means nothing at all. You see that there's so much more important things going on in the world, and that you've been in this bubble creating and thinking that that's the world, in a sense, is your own personal battles.
Exactly.
In some ways, right? And then you realize that all the struggles that you've gone through and you've seen your family go through because of the color of their skin, that you are their voice. That you're their, you know what I'm saying? Like, I pushed back the tape and I dropped the song Raised, and which is dealing with all about struggles of being black, talking about my dad getting, you know what I'm saying, what happened to my dad. He got pulled over and they put him on the hot floor and told him, what are you doing in this neighborhood? How can you afford to live in this neighborhood? Christmas, I'm sitting inside, I'm like, I think it's 8 years old. I'm living in North Las Vegas, and our neighbor knocks on the door and it's like, you niggers are always having your music loud. Christmas night. So these are and you know, to be vulgar, but these are real things that happen to black people. You know what I'm saying? All the time. And it made me realize that, like, okay, music isn't everything, but it also holds importance because, once again, it shows people with our color that it's possible, that they can do whatever they want to do, that they can dream. You know what I mean? And
Nina Simone said it. She said an artist's job is to represent
the times, to reflect the times. That's my favorite Nina Simone quote. My mom is actually named after Nina Simone.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild, bro.
Yep. Nina Simone. Yep. That's my mom's name.
Wow. So in reflecting those times, did you ever feel like you had to take a few songs off or change them or be more deep or speak on certain things?
No, I felt like it was just good to do what felt right. You know what I mean? I've been kind of moving like that now. I've been feeling like I'm gonna do this because if this is where my heart is telling me to do. You know, there's subjects like that even people be like, Nate, you might not want to speak on that, but my soul won't let me not talk about those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have it in me to not speak on what I feel.
Right.
They say, Absol, one of my favorite Absol lines, would you rather live on your knees or die on your feet? And I was one of those people, I'd rather die on my feet. I'd rather die screaming for what I believe in than live on my knees. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I'm treating stuff now. My bad, not to go back. I'm talking a lot, y'all.
It's all good, bro. That's what we're here for.
One of the things about the tape that was important to drop around this time is because we talk about a culture that inherently it's ours, but in some ways it doesn't belong to us, right? You see rappers wearing Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton is not owned by us.
No.
Gucci is not owned by us.
No.
But we rock it in all our music videos, right? We rock all this stuff in all these videos, right? But yet, when it comes to supporting black-owned business and putting our dollar towards up-and-coming artists or two dudes and a girl, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all peep that. What do? We don't spend $200 on a shirt that the homie dropped because we want to support that. We'd rather go out and buy some Louis Vuitton. We'd rather go buy the new this that dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many examples of that. And that's why I felt it important to drop my tape during this time. Because what the homie Impact said was something I was thinking too. Every time we drop a record or any time that we put out something, that's black-owned business.
For sure.
And that's what we need to be supporting. If this is our culture and you say you love this culture all across the board, then really support the people that are for this culture.
Yeah.
Don't go spend this money somewhere else. Spend it with the people that are trying to build either their communities, put their family through college, do real things. You know what I'm saying?
Or just they're trying to help create more opportunities in general.
In general.
in general. That was one of the coolest things I saw about you, and I even liked about Pals because you guys have always done your own merch.
Yeah.
You guys have always been so independent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think even when you guys had opportunities to level up a little bit, y'all didn't, I don't want to say sell out, but y'all chose to take the longer route than the fast route.
Yeah. 100%.
And I see you doing that now, and that's why I talk about you with all the photos and the press you've been doing. It's really amazing to see you doing all this stuff.
Thank you,
and
bro.
I can't understand how anybody cannot get behind it because you're working your ass off. We see it. Even the ones who may act like they don't see it, they see it.
Nah, man, that means a lot, bro. That means a lot.
They see it.
To me, it's like, it doesn't really, in some ways it doesn't bother you if people don't get behind it because everyone has their taste and everyone has their things that they like. But I feel like the fight in some ways isn't even about just my tape or my music. When I'm screaming and I'm upset and I'm misspelling shit on Twitter because I'm so mad, right? You know what I'm saying? When I'm really upset, when I'm that upset, that battle really is for the kid that's sitting in his room every day making beats. It's for the kid that has never seen a Vegas artist really be on their radio every time they drive in the car. You get what I'm saying? It's for those kids that don't even think it's possible because no one is really showing them that it can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we can go into it now because I can't hold it any longer.
Come on, let it out.
Think about this. If you look at the radio station, if you look at artists like Baby Keem, right? He is making records with Kendrick Lamar, bro. TDE is one of the biggest record labels to grace hip-hop. Factual.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me I'm not still hearing this record in rotation all the time? And he is from Vegas? You mean to tell me that Dizzy Wright can go do tours all around the world, make incredible music, and come home and we only hear songs every once in a while?
Right.
And I don't mean to bring these people into this battle, but that's how I feel. You mean to tell me Durag Dev can make clothing in Japan, he's damn near Justin Bieber, and to come back in his own city and not have that support?
Is wild.
I'm not one of those people that thinks that's okay. And the reason we treat it like it's okay is because it's all we know. It's all we know, bro. We're like, that's just the way things is. Who's gonna change it? The reason nothing is changing is because we keep treating the shit like that.
Yeah.
And that's where my frustration comes from. It's because I see all the pieces, bro. It's like having a puzzle right in front of you, right? And you see this piece right here. You see how it all fits together. And you're like, damn, bro, we really got it. Like,
we just gotta put this shit together.
If we just put it together, if someone would speak up and put the pieces together, this could be the best city for music. It could be the best city for fashion. It could be the best city for podcasts. It could be the best city for anything you put. Nigga, I know people that design shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason that this city shouldn't be put at the forefront.
We have so many talented people in this town.
So much, bro. So much.
Now, do you believe it's more so from a lack of support from the people, or do you think it's the powers that be?
One, I actually think the people in the city are incredible when it comes to support. You know what I mean? If you activate them and if you let them know, like, yo, I'm doing this, I really would like some support. I've gotten so much love on this project, more than I've ever gotten. I've gotten so much interacting with people, and honestly, from the world over. Russia is now beating plays for me in the United States when it comes to the tape.
I thought international?
Bro, it's a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when it comes to people and friends and actual love from the city, I think that shit is crazy. I actually love that support. That's unparalleled.
Oh, yeah.
But when it comes to people willing to fight for the cause and knock on the doors of the establishment and say, hey, okay, when Dre's was open, y'all got Nelly in here every week. And this is Vegas money. All these Vegas people are coming in here to spend Vegas dollars.
But
and we can't put it, and
you
you just rather spend some records before and not have a single representative of this city and showing what this city is about. How does that make sense? Who's fighting for that? And the problem is that I feel like when I talk about these things, people don't know what people don't know what I'm risking. By me saying I'm pissed at the radio, I am taking the chance to be blackballed from every radio station in Vegas. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm taking that risk by saying I don't like the way things are.
Yeah. Because I saw people on there kind of going at you, and it was like, well, my record got played on there, and my record.
Let me explain that. Check this out. your record got played, right? You went up to, and this is not disrespecting any of these people. This is just my opinion. Everybody's entitled to theirs. You went up to 98.5, right? You went up there, you spit your bars, right? You took a picture, right? You put it on their ground, they put it on their ground. When you're driving in your car, the next Lord knows how long, how often did you hear your record spin? Prime time. How often are you hearing your record spin after you went up there and did the photo op? After you went up there and you spent your time thinking of these lines? Who's it really? I mean, it helps both people, and that is good that we have that. Let's not degrade what that does for the artist. It's good to have that, but who's doing the real work? Who's putting in the groundwork to say we need more? We should always want more, because if we don't ask for more, we'll always have what we got, which ain't shit.
It's nothing. I can tell you, I've been to DC, Atlanta, Chicago, and LA. And when I tell you their radio stations were playing artists that I've never heard, but they're from those cities. DC was playing DC artists. Atlanta, of course, they play Atlanta artists like nothing. Chicago. And of course, LA. LA is a major market. They don't have to show love to people, but they choose to do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is what Vegas needs to do. And I think, like you said, the voices need to be amplified. The doors need to be kicked down instead of knocked on.
Real
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? Because
Real shit.
it's something bigger and better on the opposite side of that door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they open it, who's to say we can still walk in?
Yeah.
But if we kick that hole down, it's a different
Everybody
story.
comes in.
Everybody comes in.
You know what I mean? And, bro, I agree. I feel like any other place that I go to and I'm driving in my car, I'm experiencing new music. I'm experiencing artists that I haven't heard of and that I look up later. Yeah. Because there's music lovers out here. And it was so many different interesting conversations that were happening with that whole radio thread, right? One argument that I was aware of was people don't listen to the radio anymore. False. 177 million people a month listen to the radio. Okay? The other argument, they're not in our age group. False. 71 million people a month within our age bracket listen to the radio. Some people do not like having to search for music because people have busy lives. People got kids. People got to take the kids to soccer practice. People got to do all this stuff. They're not digging for records, right? They may love music, but they're not digging for records. So what happens is these people they're in their car, they're listening to these records, and they're getting fed the same music, whether they like it or not. Next thing you know, a song you don't even think you like, you singing the words. It's programming. You get what I'm saying? You're programmed to like some records you don't even like. You know how many songs I barely like that somehow I know the words to? Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's why those records, radio is the reason. I don't care what anyone says. As a journalism student, we studied radio and whatnot. Radio is the reason. And everybody can talk about streams. When a song is on radio at number one for 14 weeks at number one, that changes an artist's life.
Yes.
It does major things. The placement and the direction of where an artist can go from that is major.
Yeah.
Rockstar, the baby, has been number one for 16 weeks in a row.
Crazy. You know what I mean?
16 weeks?
16 weeks, bro. That's
Every time
insane.
I get in the car, before I can put my Spotify on, I hear that song.
Yeah. And it's like...
radio does a lot.
It does a lot. And another argument I heard was, this is how the radio works. And it was a thread. And these are by my friends. These are by people I respect. Actually, they're disagreements. They're not arguments. You know what I'm saying? They're disagreements. Different ideologies, right? I see things this way. They see things this way. Exactly. But they're still my friends. They're still my colleagues in this music thing that we do. But another thing that I saw was it was a thread on how, step by step, how the radio works. And I thought to myself, I said, that's cool. You told me how it works. You didn't tell me why it works that way. Those are two different questions. My question was why not? Not how. Like, how does it work?
Yeah.
The why not, and the answer to that why is a simple question that's not a threat. The answer is money, right? Follow the paper trail. The answer is because these radio stations know that they will make more money if they spin these records and get that. The problem with that thought and that thought process is you are thinking short term, not long term. The fact of the matter is, whether you like it or not, I hate using the words the next, but the next Drake, the next Kanye, the next J. Cole, the next whoever, very well has to be living in the city. Oh, yeah. Think about that. There's no way that of all these artists that live in the city, there's not one that has the potential to be huge. I don't believe it, right? So the next person lives in the city, and then you mean to tell me that you expect them, once they blow up, to be like, oh, you messed with me, really messed with me from day one. Instead, you have trained these artists to believe that the only way they would get their respect is if they left the city. Mm-hmm. There's no way I should be getting plays in Russia and not getting love from my radio stations out here. So instead, you've trained the artists to think that they have no possibility of blowing up here, and you've literally, you know what I'm saying? You've changed the way they view their own city. And it's crazy.
Which is why a lot of people leave.
Yeah.
And go where they go. Yeah. When they leave Vegas, where do they go?
Yeah. LA. New York. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta. Because they believe that that's where the opportunity is. The thing is, though, we have that here.
We're the entertainment capital of the world.
You know how many times, and that just shows your dedication in some ways to the city is, you know how many times people could have left this city? How many times me and Nick was like, I guess they like us, we got our support, but if we go out to LA, it might be, you know what I'm saying, might be it. You shouldn't have to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I feel like music in a whole, for Vegas, people need to ask for more. And people need to do more. Mm-hmm. We have to be more
Demand more.
Yes, demand more.
I was just, I think I talked about it on my Instagram story the other day. I went somewhere to try to get some books for the kids. And I walked in, I was super nice and polite, and I was like, hey, this is what I'm coming here for. And the lady was like, I don't know. And I changed up, I said, hey, listen, this is what you're going to do for me. She gave me what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, yo, I came in here being extremely polite, extremely kind. Now I have to talk to you different. But it also showed me that we cannot ask for things. We have to demand certain things.
Yeah. It's 100%, man. Like, the question I always like to think is, let's just say there's something you want to get done. And you have this vision in your head, right? And no one else quite sees the vision, right? Isn't it the creator's responsibility to be that passionate where you're like, I'm not taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I get that. You can't expect people to see the vision, right? But I do expect people to at least listen.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just give it.
Give me the time.
Yeah, give me the time. It don't cost you really nothing. Just to give me a second of your time, a retweet or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
you say on the album, no time wasted.
None, bro.
No time wasted.
Yeah, my bad. I went on a rant, but I really...
No, that was beautiful though, because it's how you feel, and I think more of us need to speak on how we feel, because none of us got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Why should we shy away from these issues? Mm-hmm. So I appreciate you for speaking into that.
Thank you, man.
I really do. Now, another underlining thing of the album.
Yeah.
You ready?
What's up? Talk to me.
You talk about your queen on there.
Yes, a lot. You
say she thicker than you and she seasoned her food. What's up, man?
One of the first records I felt like was important to talk about, again, is Black Love. Right? I feel like it's very important to change the perception of how black men are, how black women are, all that. Like, there's so many myths about how we feel about each other, and so many things, you know what I mean, that we don't really talk about. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna exalt my woman. I'm gonna talk about her as much as I can. I'm gonna keep throwing in there, like, you know what
she's all over the album. I thought she was featured.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's how it feels.
Bro, I feel like that shit is important. I feel like we always, and I wanted to also make records that felt like they were kind of like a club record, but you're just celebrating your woman throughout the whole tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, on Blessings, it feels like it's a bounce to it, and like I like mixing two things that people said couldn't exist, like taking a trappy beat and just a conscious talk about me and my woman pretty much through the entire verse, you know what I'm saying?
What was her thoughts on it?
She loved it. That's her favorite record for sure.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she loves that record.
Yeah. Because, I mean, obviously you guys, you know what I'm saying, y'all live together and whatnot. So she's hearing these records as they get made, but to hear the final product and be like, damn, he talking about me a lot on here. He must love me.
Yeah, she loved that shit, man. And it was a trip when I was write in the songs and stuff, and she'd be like, oh, it's really good, right? And then I do the mix on it, you know what I'm saying? And she'd be like, oh shit, and she'd be like cooking to it, or like she'd be singing it coming out the shower and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I realized,
that's when
like,
you know you got one.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, if my girl's loving these records, she has a good ear, you know what I'm saying? She always like, yo, that record, that could really be something. And she never shies away from telling me which ones might not be, you know what I'm saying? And I love that.
Yeah.
It's
the realness.
Yeah, I love who brutally honest with me. If you didn't love me, you would lie to me. Another reference that's from her, you know what I mean? Like, she's always telling me the things I may not want to hear, but I need to hear. You know what I mean? I think that's when you know you have something.
Yeah.
When you got somebody that's like, look, this is going to piss you off, but it's the truth. And how you choose to deal with that truth is up to you, but I'm going to let you know what's up.
Right.
And that's my girl 100%.
And you say you're sensitive too, so like, does she ever hit you with something and you be like, what?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
But those be the ones I hold the most dear. Those would be the things that I like.
Because you know it's coming from a true spot.
She doesn't wish no harm on me. She doesn't want nothing bad, or doesn't want me to ever be upset, just like I don't want for her. But in order for me to evolve as a man and for her to evolve as a woman, we have to tell each other the things that we may not want to hear. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that's what our relationship is kind of built on. Is like, this shit might hurt you, but this is what's up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And we talked about it before we started the interview, and I told you that, man to man, I'm proud of you, bro, because you're an example. And for a lot of us that lost our fathers early or didn't have fathers at all, we have to be the representative to show each other, hey, listen, you can still live dope, you can still do cool shit, but you got to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And the right thing ain't bad. There's nothing cool about being faithful. There's nothing cool about having one woman. There's nothing cool about that. There's nothing not cool about it.
Yeah.
And I think you do a pretty good job at keeping your relationship private, you know what I'm saying, and your versus your life or whatever, but you don't shy away from it. You hold your queen down at all times.
Yeah, I always will talk. I always will talk about her, or I always will let people know. You know what I'm saying, that your boy's engaged and everything too. You know what I'm saying. That just happened. I guess we're gonna throw that out there. Too. I always find ways to talk about her, but one thing I've learned that kind of messes up relationships is I've realized my favorite artists don't really have. We talk about how their women aren't necessarily always in the spotlight, and their relationship is a sacred thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at J. Cole and Kendrick, primarily they're kind of tucked away with their lady, and you know what I'm saying? They'll talk about their woman, but they won't go and like bring her in the interview. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a really cool thing, because something in this world has to be sacred.
For sure.
And I think a relationship between you and your woman is another thing that's just like, that's ours. You know what I mean?
And you don't want people having a reason to be in your business, giving them an end to just, oh, well, this and that. It's like, nah, stay out my shit. Stay out.
Like I'm chill, you know what I mean?
Straight.
So it's relationships empower you.
Shout out to her, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Legit.
Like I said, she's all over the album.
Yeah.
She's all over that.
I sprinkle it everywhere.
Man, the album's out. It's doing extremely well. You're getting played in Russia.
It's doing extremely well.
The radio shit is coming for you. I know it.
I know it
is. And you got so much more music too, so I know you throw enough shit on the wall.
Yeah. It's gonna stick.
You know what I'm saying? And you got it. You got records for days. You have this charisma about you, and I think that listening to it, you're in a happy place.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, bro. Sincerely, like I felt like by letting loose a lot of stuff, that I gained a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like by letting some stuff off my shoulders and taking, things that I had to hold on me off and being like, yo, this is who I am. Like, take it or leave it. That's my new mantra, because I'm normally, and it was funny you said something earlier, like who doesn't like Nate? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always had that, like, people rock with you, you know what I'm saying? But I wondered what would happen once I started speaking my mind more. If I stopped holding in all these things that I felt needed to be said, would I lose some people? And if I can lose those people, I never had those people. So I need to speak more. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, maybe too many people might be kind of rocking with me until they know what my real mantra for life is, which is say what I feel and get it off my chest at all costs. You know what I mean? Like, I might lose some people. There might be some people I see that are like, I don't rock with Nate. And I'd rather have that.
Yeah. Than the fake love.
Exactly.
Give me that real hate.
You know what I'm saying? I'll take that all day.
Man, the project's out. It's doing extremely well. What is next for you?
Right now, I just want to give more music. I have all these things in the vault, and I have so many records.
Are we getting visuals?
Yes.
We need visuals
yeah,
from you.
I'm actually gonna be releasing some live videos. Probably right after this video drops, I might do some live recordings of the album. Me and Leisure are talking about doing some works for some music videos for some stuff off the tape. We had one planned, but we had to delay it because as soon as we were about to shoot it, COVID started taking off. So we're gonna get right back on that. That's kind of our next move we're looking for, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Dog, I appreciate you so much.
Man, thank you.
You don't even know, man.
Thank you, bro.
This was a hell of a conversation.
Bro, we need more of these. Even on
the new show.
Bro,
This is history right here.
It is, bro. I'm glad you could have me. I'm glad.
Like I said, it took a while.
Yeah.
But it was worth the wait.
Bro, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, we about to do more of these, bro. I'm about to
for sure. Listen, you have inspired me in a whole nother way, so my mind is on 10 right now.
Bro, say less, man. Let's keep linking, man.
Let's definitely get it. Yo, Nate Quest, the album's out right now.
Yep, you can find that on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, anywhere you stream music. You need to get that shit. You heard me?
Yes. Siril Beil, State of Mind.
1.